Konnichiwa and irashaimase. Hello and welcome back to the Tokyo Metropolitan Gymnasium, where the table tennis magic has been going down. You're watching Tokyo 2020 Paralympic Games, and this is the women's Class 6 victory ceremony. We're about to get into the top 4 women in the event for the biggest event. So on screen here we see the men's singles Class 1 gold medal match. A match you'll have a chance to see in not too long. So that match you saw on screen, the men's singles Class 1 gold medal match, will be happening later on in the session between the two Korean superstars. But first, the women's singles Class 6 victory ceremony.
Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the women's singles Class 6.
皆様、ただいまより女子シングルスクラス6の表彰式を行います。
Please welcome the medalists.
メダリストをお迎えください。
And here they come, the women of Class 6, the top four, the medalists from around the world that fought hard, played well, and had an outstanding tournament here in the singles event for women's singles Class 6 at Tokyo 2020 Paralympic Games. Some strong rivalries on the table, friendships off. But the battle in the singles event has come to an end, and it is time for them to celebrate and stand proudly before their families, friends, fans, country people, and the likes. Now, if you weren't fortunate enough to see their competitions, which were spectacular, I'll tell you a bit about them. There's a wide variety of lifestyles, age ranges, different hobbies and backgrounds here before these women became professional athletes. Some of them fresh to the game in their first ever Paralympics. Others have played back in the early parts of this century.
The medals will be presented by
メダルの贈呈は
Ms. Corinne Biora, Finance Director of the International Paralympic Committee.
And Ms. Corinne Biore, Finance Director.
Accompanied by
続きまして
Mrs. Petra Sorling, Executive Vice President of the International Table Tennis Federation.
And ITTF's Executive Vice President, Mrs. Petra Serling, still playing table tennis herself, actually.
Bronze medalist, representing RPC and representing Germany.
銅メダリスト RPC およびドイツ
Reza Chebanika and Stephanie Grieber.
And our bronze medalists will come to the podium on the left. Representing RPC, Raiza Chebanika. And representing Germany, Stephanie Greba. Steffi Greba, I'll tell you more about in a bit. We did an exhibition together in the past, but a 57-year-old right here, Raiza Chebanika, a gold medal in London, 4th place in Athens, and still at 57, her 3rd Paralympic Games going strong. Steffi, 33 years old from Berlin, in her 3rd appearance, took a silver medal in Rio, and still medaling here 5 years later. The bouquets with the mascots on the front. A proud moment for Raiza Chebanika. She's actually trilingual, speaks English, Romanian, and Russian. Hard work with her coach, Olga Kostina. Steffi Greba,
silver medalist,
outstanding performance as well at only 33 years old.
銀メダリスト RPC
Milak Alieva.
And representing RPC, our silver medalist, Maliak Alieva, 26 years old in her first Paralympic appearance. She made it all the way to the gold medal match. The one match that didn't work out her way, I think, will inspire her to continue working hard and come back even stronger. The 2019 European champion, now a silver medalist at the Paralympic Games at only 26.
Representing Ukraine.
金メダリストおよびパラリンピックチャンピオンウクライナ
Marina Litovchenko.
And our champion, the gold medalist of Tokyo 2020's Paralympic Games from Ukraine, Marina Litovchenko. In her second appearance at only 30 years old, she took a bronze in Rio and a major upgrade here. Unstoppable. No one had a better tournament in Class 6 for the women's singles. So a very proud moment for the Ukrainian here. Congratulations to the entire team that works with their coach, Andriy Isakov, and of course the athlete, Marina Litovchenko.
Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem.
So now if you would please rise for the Ukrainian national
皆
anthem.
様、ウクライナ国歌の演奏です。
There you have it, a very proud moment, the Ukrainian national anthem earned by the gold medalist, Marina Litovchenko of Ukraine, the founder of Unlimited Possibilities, an organization to unite people with and without impairments. An outstanding initiative, and the masks are off for the pictures here, the moments of glory. And one coach that went unmentioned for the silver medalist, Coach Nikolai Kirpichnikov for RPC, well represented here in the medal ceremony. Now, if you didn't get to see them live, make sure you go back, search them on the internet, on YouTube, wherever you can, streaming services to see their matches. They are incredible, the amounts of spin that they impart on the ball, the athleticism, the fight throughout. And as they come together here, Germany, RPC, and Ukraine, it is the 4 best women in Class 6. Again, sports unite the world. And these 4 women, while rivals on opposite sides of the table, you have to imagine have a deep bond that they've developed over the years. And for the youngest players out there, for example, Malia Kalieva at 26 years old, there will be decades of top-level competition to come. So congratulations once again to Germany, RPC, and Ukraine, especially Marina Litovchenko with that gold medal. We've got more action to come right here from Tokyo 2020 Paralympic Games. Stick around, gold medal matches to come.
And so we move on to our third match of the morning. It's a gold medal match in the women's singles class 7, and it will feature RPC against the Netherlands.
今日午前中のセッション、まず1つ目の表彰式を終えたところです。この後試合としましては女子シングルスクラス7決勝戦が行われます。 RPC 代表対オランダ代表のカードが控えています。
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the athletes for the women's singles Class 7 gold medal match.
女子シングルスクラス7決勝戦選手入場です。
Representing RPC,
RPC 代表
Victoria Safonova. And representing Netherlands,
オランダ代表
Kelly van Zon. Third final of the morning. Let's introduce you to our umpires.
では審判のご紹介です。
From Egypt,
エジプト
Khaled Zaki, and from Slovakia,
スロバキア
Marianne Bystrikan. Ladies and gentlemen, the officials.
審判のご紹介でした。
So let's take a look at the athletes in this third final this morning. Representing RPC, we have Victoria Safonova, twice European champion in 2013 and again in 2017. She has also won a silver and 3 bronze at the championships, the latest being in 2019. At the Paralympics in London, she won the bronze medal. She was a member of the team that won gold in Bratislava for the World Team Championships in 2017. The 33-year-old is ranked number 4 in the world.
では選手ご紹介していきましょう。まずは RPC 代表ビクトリア・サファノバ選手です。2013年、2017年と2度のヨーロッパチャンピオンに輝いています。2019年にはヨーロッパ選手権銀メダル1つ、銅メダル3つ、パラリンピック的にはロンドンで銅メダルを獲得しています。団体戦でも2017年金メダルに貢献しました。現在33歳、世界ランク4位、RPC 代表ビクトリア・サファノバ選手です。
Representing Netherlands, Kelly van Zon, double and current Paralympic champion from Rio and London. She's also the current world and European champion. 3 times world champion to be precise, taking the title 11 years ago in Republic of Korea, retaining in China in 2014 and again in Slovenia in 2018. Her dominance in the European Championships is very impressive, picking up a medal at every one since 2005, including gold on 4 occasions, a silver and 3 bronze. 33-year-old is ranked number 1 in the world.
期せずして同い年対決になりました。こちらも33歳、ランクナンバー1はオランダ代表ケリー・ボンゾン選手です。現在のパラリンピックチャンピオン、リオとロンドンを制しています。世界選手権でも3回のタイトル、2010年、14年、18年と勝っています。また2005年以来、ヨーロッパ選手権でも1つの銀、3つの銅、ヨーロッパ敵なし、しかも世界ランク1位です。オランダ代表ケリー・ボンゾン選手です。
Kelly Van Zon wins 3 games to 2, 11-8, 3-11, 4-11, 11-5, 11-8. And we have another gold medalist in the women's singles class 7, representing Netherlands, Kelly Van Zon.
ご覧のように女子シングルスクラス7、3連覇達成ですね。リオ、ロンドン、東京ときました。カウントは3対2、最後までもつれましたが、勝ったのはオランダ代表ケリー・ボンゾン選手でした。
Celebration of that compulsory from home moment. Coming up shortly, we have our victory ceremony for the men's singles class 8, and that will be followed by our last final of the morning. There's 4 coming up this afternoon into evening session. The last final of the morning will be the men's singles class 1 gold medal match, Republic of Korea against Republic of Korea. But coming up next, we have the victory ceremony for the men's singles class 8.
いやー、歓喜の瞬間が続いております。テーブルですけれども、この後はですね、男子シングルスクラス8の表彰式が控えています。その後になりますと、男子シングルスクラス1、大韓民国同士の対決となりますが、決勝戦が控えています。
Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the men's singles class 8.
皆様、ただいまより男子シングルスクラス8の表彰式を行います。
Please welcome the medalists.
メダリストをお迎えください。
Konnichiwa and irashaimase. Hello and welcome back to the Tokyo 2020 Paralympic Games, coming to you live from Tokyo Metropolitan Gymnasium. This is the men's singles Class 8 awards ceremony. Our 4 medalists making their way out to the podium to be honored by the VIPs and the presenters. Ukraine and China dominating this field. Ukraine has been very impressive throughout the Paralympic Games, delivering some of the strongest players. In China, wherever there is table tennis, China is there and typically dominating the field. Tell you more about the details here as we get into the medals themselves and the athletes that earned them to bring their country's pride.
The medals will be presented by
メダルの贈呈は
Mr. Tony Sainsbury, OBE, member of the Paralympic Order.
トニー・セインズベリー
There's Mr. Tony Sainsbury, OBE, the Paralympic Order recipient.
Ms. Shiraishi Mirko, Vice President of Japan Para Table Tennis
And Ms.
Association.
Shiraishi Mieko, Japan Para Table Tennis Association Vice President.
Bronze medalist representing Ukraine and representing People's Republic of China.
銅メダリスト、ウクライナおよび中華人民共和国
Maxim Nikolenko and Peng Weinam.
And here are our bronze medalists. On the left from Ukraine, Maxim Nikolenko, and on the right from China, Peng Weinan. Max, 28 years old, in his 3rd appearance at the Paralympic Games, is world rank number 4. And with a 4th place in London and a 5th in Rio, this is an upgrade to take a bronze medal here in Tokyo 2020. For Peng Weinan, only 19 years old, his first Paralympic Games, he's world rank number 14, yet was able to pull off some massive upsets to become one of the top 4 in the event. So a very impressive run for both of these players. Class 8, if you watch the final, they are the best players you've probably ever seen in your life if you've never seen top-level table tennis.
Silver medalist representing Ukraine.
銀メダリスト、ウクライナ
Victor Diduka.
And representing Ukraine, our silver medalist, Victor Didu. 34 years old, his 2nd appearance at the Paralympic Games, a quarterfinal appearance in Rio. He's world ranked number 1, and he made it all the way to the gold medal match. Outstanding performance. Coached by his brother, Alexander Didu, of the Ukrainian Olympic team of 2012, also his club coach, Alexander Kasparov, which might make you think chess. Interestingly enough, that's one of Victor's hobbies. Nice to have a hobby like that and still be a silver medalist at the Paralympic Games.
People's Republic of China.
And the only player to outperform the world number 1, the world number 2 from China, the man of the event, Zhao Shuai of China, 26 years old, a 3rd time at the Paralympics and a 3rd time gold medalist in singles. He took it in London in 2012, Rio in 2016. And here at Tokyo 2020, this man settles for nothing less than gold. Despite being world rank number 2, it did not stop him for a moment. At 4 years old, his left arm was amputated after a car accident, and 6 years later, he started playing table tennis, and alongside his coach Lee Jun-dong, he has made it once again. There is nothing less than gold for the Golden Man, undefeated at the Paralympic Games,
Ladies and gentlemen,
Zhao Shuai.
national anthem.
Now, if you'd please stand for the Chinese national anthem.
皆様、中華人民共和国国歌の演奏です。
And there you have it, the most famous national anthem in the table tennis world, the national anthem of China. Congratulations to the nation of China. And with tears in the eyes, the emotions, no question about what it means. To Zhao Shuai, back to back to back, a three-peat at the Paralympic Games. How much longer will this continue? He's only 26 years old. We see longevity in this sport. We see players well into their 50s battling for medals, and Zhao Shuai, still 3 decades from now, could be here collecting gold medals. But time will tell for this young and outstanding athlete. Again, if you didn't see it live, search the internet, search YouTube, find it wherever you can, because the gold medal match was simply spectacular. Fast footwork, counter loop rallies, lobbing, chop blocks, everything the sport has to offer. It's a magical sport, and these athletes demonstrated that with spectacular results. The top 4 at the Paralympic Games, China and Ukraine filling the podium, 2 very proud nations for their men's singles Class 8 medalists. So again, congratulations to fans watching, family, friends, supporters, for your athletes in Ukraine and China. But the biggest congratulations to Zhao Shuai and team on the gold medal here in Class 8 men's singles. Stick around, we've got more matches to come. A gold medal battle in the men's singles Class 1 event between Korea's Ju Young-dae and Kim Hyun-uk. That'll happen in just a bit, so stay right here. More action to come from Tokyo 2020 Paralympic Games.
さあ、それではこの後はいよいよ午前中のセッション最後の決勝戦となります。この後は男子シングルスクラス1大韓民国代表同士の対決です。
and gentlemen, please welcome the athletes for the men's singles Class 1 gold medal match.
男子シングルスクラス1決勝戦選手入場です。
Representing Republic of Korea,
大韓民国代表
Ju Young Dae.
Konnichiwa and irashaimase. Hello and welcome to Tokyo 2020, the Paralympic Games. This is the men's singles Class 1 gold medal match. Ju Young Dae on screen of South Korea at 48 years old is playing to battle here for the gold medal despite getting the silver in Rio. And his opponent, Kim Hyun-uk, 25 years old, just more than half the age of his opponent. And this will be very interesting to see. It's world rank number 4 versus world rank number 1. And they faced off a few times here. There will be no coaches in the corners. It'll be all up to experience, as coaches tend to stay uninvolved directly from the corner when players from the same national association are competing. This should be an exciting match.
Yeah, it should be a fascinating match. Two Koreans going at it here. We've got one who's 48, there's Ju, and the other's 25, so a lot more years experience with Ju. But make no mistake, these two have a great rivalry coming into this match. And of course, with a gold medal at stake,
Final of the morning. Let's introduce to
perfectly
you
set up
the
for a wonderful
umpires.
gold medal match.
So they're head-to-head. We were having a little talk about that interesting head-to-head. Care to tell us?
Yeah, Ju
Maria
leading
Ferreira
7-1 on the
from
head-to-head.
Canada.
So these two have met 8 times in their careers, but
Jobber.
Kim's only
Ladies
win
and gentlemen,
was
the
in the
official.
World Championship gold medal match in 2018. So what
So
a
both athletes
moment for
from
him to post
Republic
his
of
first win over
Korea,
his
Kim
Korean rival, and
Hyun-uk, current
do it in a World
champion
Championship
from
final
Sweden in
would have been very sweet at the
2018,
time for Kim.
In 2017 and again
Well,
in
these are the
2019,
biggest stages
he
for
was,
the events
runner-up
for
in the
Paralympians.
Asian
You've got the
Championships,
Paralympic
taking
Games,
silver.
then you've got the World
Silver was
Championships
also
just a
his,
step behind. So
follow-up
showing that he
year
can
at the
handle
Polish
pressure.
Open.
It'll be interesting
And
to
again
see
in
how the
2019,
25-year-old
in
battles
Czech
against the
Republic
wisdom and
Slovenia.
experience. It's going to be
25
stamina and
years
hunger
world
versus
rank
experience,
number 5.
and a 7-1 record for this man right here.
Well, yes, and 3 years ago it was a big moment, but of course time has moved on, and it's all ancient history now, even though it was a big title at the time. But all of that now was, well, other than a memory, these two will be just focusing on what they can execute out on the table in this match right now.
Well, they've already tossed the coin to determine where the players will start in the match. They will switch sides every game, and should it go to a decider in Game 5, when one player gets 5 points, they'll switch halves of the table again, just to keep things balanced and even. Now, if you're new to the Paralympic Games, there are classes 1 through 11. Classifications are made based on the impairments of the players. The lower the number, the greater the impairments. So Class 1 have the most obstacles physically to overcome, and there's going to be less mobility, which will lead to a lot of creativity in play, from defensive shots to funky rubbers. So they will check out each other's equipment here. It seems like they might have done it before, just to see what the opponent is using, what they can expect spin-wise, and tactically. If you know someone has a defensive rubber on one side and a very aggressive rubber on the other, you definitely play to your strengths and try to make them uncomfortable in the process.
Indeed, and yes, these players are highly skilled, despite them having the highest impairment. They don't actually have a sitting balance. They have a significantly effective playing arm, but that doesn't stop the excitement from unfolding on the table. And both had very dominant performances in their semi-finals, and are looking to reproduce that again here in this match.
So you will see players wrapping the racket into their hand due to limited grip, closure from the palms, control with the fingers. So even more, because normally in table tennis, fingers do matter quite a bit. You'll see the thumb move between a forehand and a backhand, even from the best in the world. Some beautiful brandless edge tape there. Now normally you'll see their sponsor's edge tape. The reason you're seeing that covered is Rule 50. There's only so much sponsorship that can be visibly allowed in the televised matches at the Olympic Games. So as they get strapped in here, this match will be a best of 5. First player to win 3 games wins not just the match, but the gold medal. All games played to 11 points, must win by 2, alternating serves every 2 points until it comes to 10-10 or deuce, in which case they will alternate serves every point. The specifics of the wrapping here, it's a fine balance between sturdiness and security, but also a little bit of flexibility because wrist is still very important for spin and control.
And aren't these two in the zone too? The eyes on both of these athletes. They can see a gold medal within touching distance. It's just absolutely, they are just so focused.
Seems he's got a tattoo of a gun on his bicep. I could be wrong, I only saw part of it, but that would be clever. Sort of like, anyone want tickets to the gun show? I like it. So they'll have a 2-minute warm-up here to test out the playing field, sort of get warmed up. Starting with the backhands here, here's a look at Ju Young Dae's victories. Only 2 games dropped, and that was to Cuba's Izquierdo in the quarterfinals. A very nail-biting match, the decider. We'll have a look at the other side's results as well.
Yeah, Kim's going great. He hasn't dropped a game at all, and he has been blemish-free all the way through, including over that over the British player Thomas Matthews in the semi-finals. He was dominant in that match, Kim.
That was a very impressive performance throughout as we meet Maria Ferreira of Brazil, our umpire for the match. Officials for the match, only the best in the world, international blue badge umpires, Canada, Gregor Joba. So they will be making sure that everything is fair and square rules-wise. The rules are pretty much the same as in any other table tennis event, except the service must come off the back of the table eventually. If it exits the side of the table or comes to rest on the table or moves back towards the net, they will replay that serve. It'll be considered a let. 61 attacker. Interesting. Curious to, wait a minute, do you think that's, I'm trying to make sense of the 61 here. We got a 48-year-old, so.
I don't know. It's a, there is a, maybe, I have no idea what that 61 attacker means at all. I don't know. But what we do know is that this is going to be a great match.
And it appears that they do have coaches in the corner, or at least some assistants. So maybe that's more of what it is. Maybe it's physical assistance. There has been plenty of assistance for all athletes in Tokyo 2020, from sweat squad cleaning the table to make sure that hygiene standards, social distancing has been practiced, towels on opposite sides of the court. Now there is a very special shot that I wouldn't be surprised if you get to see, called the Tetra, which is named after tetraplegic. It's a shot that's lobbed high with backspin, and the intention is to keep it out of reach of the opponent so that it would either come back over the net, but outright win you the point. It's a beautiful shot, very difficult to execute. And we'll see if we have our chances to witness it here today in the men's singles gold medal match for Class 1. Best of 5, first to win 3 games. And Kim now to start with the serves. Love all. Good pressure on the third ball attack right down the middle, fairly flat backhand. Nice touch here, short to the forehand side, testing the reach of his opponent.
Yeah, always important to use the width of the table. Get your opponent stretching.
And a kick serve here, second bounce jumps into the edge of the racket.
Yeah, good serve from Ju. So much advantage if you can execute that serve to perfection.
It sounds like a defensive rubber there on the forehand of Kim, the black side of the racket. The ball goes wide.
He did well to get there, didn't he, Kim? But just overcooked it. Only a fraction.
This time right into that crossover point. Much like in any other event, the elbow, if you can hit the elbow of the hand holding the racket or the arm, that's a tough indecision point, the crossover point. Ooh, and a gift, omiyage, that's Japanese for gift.
Yeah, it's always welcome when you're the receiver of a free point.
Tetra comes down just behind the net and he reaches it, but it is so difficult to control.
How good was that? It drops in just the right spot, didn't it?
Perfectly.
Wonderful.
Indeed. So a 3-point lead now for Ju's second serve. Anything you can do, I can do better, he says. Not even touch. This one comes back over the net. There are the pips on the black side. They're going to be a little bit more dead when he hits it back, knuckling back towards his opponent. Lead service.
Well, you can hear a pin drop in the stadium, can't you? It is just a tension in here as we're all feeling it.
And again, the Tetra comes down short. Now, they both have the defensive rubber on the forehand. You can hear the difference in sound and even see the difference in trajectory when they play with their forehand. Flatter shot coming in. Now, these are shockingly short rallies. Both of these players looking to get aggressive early, take some big risks.
Well, yes, that was an excellent return that time from Ju. And now the serve back with him.
Comes down on his own side. Kim trying to receive with the Tetra, but Ju protected with a well-placed serve. Tighter serve here, shortened up a bit on the forehand side.
Well, took all the pace off it too, and Kim frustrated. He didn't get a good look at that at all.
And a fast long serve to the middle right on that elbow makes it difficult for this Tetra to come down without any side spin.
So important to put indecision into your opponent's mind on the serve. Got to have a variety of serves.
Ripping shot from the deep corner. A backhand gets his whole body into this one.
I loved how he leaned into this one. Look at that. That's beautiful execution. He needed it too. He was down by 3.
Right at the baseline, good pressure. So a bit of a streak here. Closing in the gap, just 1 point between them now. The 25-year-old spry youngster. What a reach from Ju, leaning as much as possible without coming completely off the chair.
And he looked like he was originally going to have a crack, but then just wisely held it. Wonderful point.
Service warning here. Can't dip below the table, I believe is the warning.
7-9.
So no point awarded, simply a warning, but if he repeats, it will be a fault. His opponent will get the point. Stays on his own side. Closer once again, Kim. Big second serve here, chance to tie it up. Just long this one sails out. A good attempt. But now it is 2 game points for the world ranked #1 at 48 years old. Ju Young-dae. Right to the corner, perfect placement, and he secures himself. Oh, getting a little ahead of myself. Excuse me. Must have been a point replayed down there.
No, I think you were right, actually.
Okay.
I think you were spot on there. The scoring system was just 1 point behind, and it was definitely 11-8 to Ju, and what a way to finish that game. Yeah.
Absolutely. So there we have it. Scores confirmed. They will take a little bit more time unfastening after the game. Remember, it's a best of 5, so first player to win 3 games. I'll be curious to see what adjustments are made here.
Well, Kim shouldn't be discouraged. He was 4 points down at one stage and got right back to 9-8. So he did all the hard work to get back, but then Ju just hit the reset button.
Now, in terms of rules, I mentioned a few of the minor differences related to serve. One other rule is players can't lift out of their chair completely. They must stay in contact with the seat of the chair in some fashion. I've only seen it called once this Paralympics. Generally, most of these players lack, say, mobility from the waist down anyway, so it's very difficult to get yourself completely out of the chair. Another thing is the serving from the palm, a flat palm of the hand. Some of these players don't have a flat palm of the hand to serve from, so exceptions will be made. You'll see this for amputees as well, tossing from the nub. So back for game 2, Ju in the lead with the serve on his side. Fastening in the legs, Kim stretching out. A lot of work on the upper body, the back, core. So good start for the underdog here, who's 1-7 in black. Kim Hyun-ug. Perfect placement. Ju quick off the bounce to find that wide angle.
Yeah, and he put it right at the front too. Really made his opponent stretch for that one. His positioning of his shots has been first class so far, Ju.
Ooh, and there's the fault.
1, 2.
You would imagine that's for dipping under the table on the serve. Sometimes players will ask for clarification. We have seen faults for something different than what they were warned for in the past. But adjustments have to be made. Side of the table, that's a let. They'll play it again. Very close to the corner, but just out of reach, so the players know well. Good short game here. The soft touch from Kim inside the table to protect the point. Mentally, it can be tough when you're faulted, knowing that you have this routine that you're so familiar with and used to. You're not going to be able to do it without thinking about it. So he catches the net a little bit on the way over. After that long shot deep to the backhand, the serve stays just inside the line, changes it up with pressure to the middle of the table. From right at the baseline in the corner, that backhand secures it.
Well, that reaction from Ju was spectacular.
Now, reaction time, especially in Class 1 with less mobility, I mean, they're right on top of the table for every ball, so they don't have long to react. Just missing wide, comes back onto the table off the ground. That's the side and backspin on it.
Good serve from Kim, though. Oh, he was urging it in, wasn't he?
Trying to will the ball onto the table.
That would have been an amazing get, because it was a very good serve.
Now, with those pips, you've got less rotation. You're giving back the opponent the spin that they put on. So that knuckling ball can be very difficult to keep out of the net to counter. I like the Korea Tokyo wheels on our youngsters' wheelchair. That was a pretty nasty, creative backhand. Turns the backhand side of the racket out wide to the forehand to attack.
And Ju only picked it up late too, so good shot from Kim. Oh!
That angle is outstanding. That's the danger. When you play short to somebody, you give them the opening for the angle if they can get there in time. So quick work, I'd say, quick movement by Ju to get in.
Well, Ju got the selfie stick out there, didn't he? Just got there.
Wow, what an extension. I'd like to order one of those myself.
5-6.
And that was interesting. I think Ju might have been thinking, was this one coming off the side of the table? But it was within reach, so he played it, says fair enough. Tetra a bit too short here.
Well, there's nothing between these two. They've basically been trading points right through this game. Biggest lead of this game so far has been to Ju. It's just 2 points.
Good reach and recovery there to go all in on the table on the forehand and still get back for the deep backhand.
Wow, that was a real survival of the fittest, that one.
Ju's been very effective, I'd say, with that consistent forehand shot that lacks the topspin to carry the ball up off his opponent's racket. A few times attempted where it hasn't come down on the opponent's side yet, so Kim sets himself up with a 1-point lead, a second serve here to break away. Oh, that was crazy feeling. Normally a player's in hot water once they let it bounce and come up high again, but instead of trying to smash it right off the bounce, recognizes that it's deep enough. Look at the angle there.
That was ridiculous.
8-9.
Outstanding receive from the baseline to play it quick and wide off the pips. It is now 2 game points for 25-year-old world rank number 4 Kim Hyun-uk. So just refastening the racket there to make sure everything is the way he wants it for his serve. He's got 2 if he needs them. Outstanding recovery. That backhand was maybe the hottest shot we've seen yet.
Yeah, he absolutely put everything behind that one, didn't he?
Just a bit off the top of the net there to break the rhythm. Fortune does not favor Kim in that point. Second game point. And the Tetra comes way back onto his side. Cho indeed. So now they'll alternate serves every point until one has a 2-point lead. Ju in red with the serve. An outright service point deep and fast to the backhand corner. A bit of side and topspin to make it tough to control.
Well, that's 3 straight points now to Ju. So he was 10-8 down. Gets his first game point. This is some comeback.
Toes on the finish line, but not crossed yet. We'll see if Kim can hang on here. It stays short. Kim is still surviving, sends it to a second deuce point.
Ah, it was an inch short, wasn't it?
Yeah, these Tetra shots are intimidating, but he keeps moving around the placement. Kim. Fast rally with some of these shots off the pips. A nice parallel finisher here from Ju. Not sure what the confusion was there. It looked like a little conversation attempted with the umpire. And the backhand does it. Ju secures a 2-0 lead in a best of 5, just 1 game away from a gold medal after his silver in Rio. The 48-year-old sitting on a 2-game lead, and we will see if Kim can actually come across the finish line of game number 3, or if it'll be another nail-biter that favors the 48-year-old.
Well, that was a fantastic effort there from Ju. He saved 2 game points in that game, and then won 3 in a row at the end to close it out. I mean, when you get to this level and you're 2 game points down, you have to kind of embrace the pressure. It's not easy to do, but he would have been in this position many times through his career. Ju at 48 years of age, but a wonderful example of embracing pressure there from Ju Young-dae.
I always like when I see in the coach's corner, the coach offer water to the player, the player says, no, I'm good, and then the coach drinks it himself. Like, well, we've got a minute together. I'm going to remind you how delicious water is, the importance of hydration here.
Well, in a way, actually, it was probably good for the player to refuse the water. I love that shot there from Ju. That was fantastic. I mean, he's got his mind on other things rather than having a drink at the moment, doesn't he?
That's right. Says, you drink. I would like to earn myself this gold medal here. So 1 game away from that gold medal, the upgrade. Very focused. Ju Young-dae in red. Just short, and Kim takes the first point.
Well, those tetras are agonisingly waited on by both players. Hard to look up, hoping it doesn't fall on the right side of the net for you, or the wrong side, rather.
Patiently waiting, this tetra comes down deeper on the table, and Kim recognizes he's going to have time and space to work with. So very calmly waits to see where his opponent sets up the racket and then puts it out of reach.
Wow, Ju's reactions again outstanding. Too hot for Kim to handle there.
It has been said that table tennis players only second to fighter pilots in reaction time. Nice counter, 1 corner, coast to coast. Back and forth, he sends Ju on the move to really test that upper body movement.
Well, you only have to seek out the greatest rallies in the sport online to find out how amazingly good they are, reactions.
4-1.
So Kim has been well protected, serving to the forehand side on these attempted tetras from Ju. His percentage was quite strong early on in bringing it back over the net. Good pressure on the serve here. It spins off wide.
This is exactly what Kim was hoping for, a fast start in this 3rd game, a game he must win. But don't count Ju out. Kim knows some good shots are coming.
Ooh, a little bit off the top of the net, but he goes boldly for that short shot to the forehand side, and the fortune favors the brave here.
Well, you take anything you can at this stage. And this is a good solid lead now for Kim, isn't it?
7-1.
Ooh, so an outright fault called on Ju. He wasn't given a warning, but there's no requirement for a warning. If a serve is blatantly a foul, point awarded to the opponent.
And the umpire did not hesitate with that decision.
The angle here, just outstanding placement on the wide forehand.
Wow, that's 6 points in a row now to Kim. Blazing his way through this 3rd game.
1-9.
Now, this is the type of game that if you win with a scoreline like this, it could put, I'd say, quite a scar on the brain and the confidence of the opponent. An attempted short serve, but it stays on his own side, and now Ju is against 9 game points for Kim. Oh, a smothering shot. The tetra looked like it was executed perfectly, and Ju at full extension handles the backspin.
That was outrageous. Well, he went for gold there. We had to, because he was down 10-1.
That's what the short serve is all about. Just enough backspin to keep it short, but eventually it would crawl off the back of the table. So Ju at full extension has dropped his first game against his opponent, Kim, making his way through in a dominant fashion, 11-2. What a scoreline.
Well, that was absolutely perfect table tennis. That game only took 4 minutes. That was almost perfection from Kim. Now all he has to do is replicate that in games 4 and 5. Easier said than done, though.
Yeah, I mean, he did. I was writing down the score, and I thought I must have written it down wrong. I saw 11-11. Kim scored 11 points last game, but was still outdone in the extra points by the experienced veteran and defending silver medalist Ju Young-dae. But 11-2 here. I mean, this makes things very interesting for me. You've got a player who's behind, but has a lot of momentum at this point.
Well, some amazing shots through that game. Easy put away there for Kim.
So games-wise, while Kim is down 1-2 points-wise, he's outscored his opponent 30-26. That's quite significant. That's enough to have taken a few games by 2 already.
And that last serve there was absolutely brilliant. So yeah, some interesting stats emerging in this match. It's beautifully set up.
So game 4 here, Ju still in the lead game-wise, 2-1 with the serves. But a nice net recovery. And it's Ju who takes the first point.
Oh, that was some adjustment from Ju there.
Perfect tetra, comes right back to where it started. I mean, that one was as out of reach as you can play a ball.
Yeah, nothing Ju could do about that one.
He had attempted this many times in the last game, and it didn't work out to his favor as well.
Oh, Ju talking to himself now. Kim's been very composed all the way through the match.
Good movement here, works to get in for the forehand, puts the pressure on right into the middle, and Kim continuing the streak he started in game 3.
Yeah, the momentum is definitely with the younger Korean player, Kim, who's really found his rhythm and groove nicely now.
Still early parts of the game.
Well, what does Ju now do to stop this momentum? Kim's got all the shots and he's executing them beautifully at the moment. A lot of power on that backhand side on that one.
Now this is right. The forehand shot to the middle and the forehand side of Kim has been effective for Ju. He's used that Pips flatter shot to sort of knuckle the ball back and jam his opponent.
Well, he needed to do something because that was a 4-0 run there for Kim.
Not easy to play these balls off the bounce. This is sort of a mid-distance tetra, and it catches the edge of the racket as Kim goes for the swatting backhand.
I guess they're swatting it to smother the spin there and not let the ball get further away from them.
That's exactly right. And in the touch game here, looking for the angle, it is now tied up at 4 points apiece. 3 in a row now for Ju?
It is 3 in a row, so both players enjoying good runs early on in this 4th game.
No timeout called yet. Interesting for Kim. I'd say, if not now, then when? Maybe still some question about the service toss.
Well, he does look a little bit frustrated now, doesn't he, Kim?
There it is. That's how it's done. As smooth as can be. Not quite as much power as the attempt before, but the contact just perfect and the placement as well.
Absolutely. Sometimes you don't need a power shot to win a point.
Oh, this angle is just too wide. Just incredible as he comes in early for that backhand.
That was brilliant from Ju. Wow, we've had momentum shifts in this game.
The short shot testing the reach of Ju finds his place just behind the table. Kim within 1 point now.
I think the score might be 6-all. We're just waiting for that to be clarified by the officials.
I think you're right. All right, dead even at the second towel break. Neither player going for the towel. So far, I haven't seen them go to the towel yet. How did that even come down behind the net? That was one where you have to see the replay, thank you very much. Watch the angle here. Touch, moves in as short as can be and curving away. A lot of defense there, but the last shot just too much pace on it as Ju moves in to capitalize on the opportunity.
Well, that was a war of attrition, that shot, was it? Oh, that rally, rather. Hard-earned point there for Ju.
But this backhand is heated up indeed. Drops the racket head to load it with spin. After all, that is the spinny side of the racket, so some security on that last ball with the speed. Tough to play. He's made a few of those already, but well placed by Ju. Take a look at the depth here from the baseline. Just about midway in that backspin to make it run away out of reach.
Wow, just clipping the net and missing the table. Ju a little unlucky. On another day, that might have hit the edge.
I like that low camera angle for the serves. Oh, perfect. It looked like he had missed the contact, but he knew exactly what he was doing. Ju just behind the net with the dropping tetra.
That was amazing, that shot. 9-all in this fourth game. Well, both players are playing superbly in this match.
And that fast, long serve with some deception here sets up a game point for Kim to send this to the decider.
Huge point here.
Oh my goodness, a smash with underspin on it. A tomahawk smash off the tetra to tie it up. So they will alternate serves from here on out until there is a 2-point lead for one player. If it's Ju, it's a gold medal. If it's Kim, it is game 5. Good movement here to get in over the table. Change of pace and everything from Kim, but the control, the soft hands, the touch from Ju sets him up with a gold medal point on the receive. Oh, the gutsy shot goes just long, and Ju takes it 3-1. A gold medal upgraded from his silver in Rio at 48 years old. Ju Young-dae has an outstanding day here, as young as he might have felt in a long time. The web designer from Korea has proved his athletic prowess and control out here over a strong and worthy opponent, 25-year-old Kim Hyun-uk, at his first Paralympic Games to go all the way to the gold medal match. The world ranked number 4 Kim Hyun-dae has a lot to be proud of, but the world ranked number 1 Ju Young-dae was just too strong. Congratulations, Ju.
Yeah, fantastic win for him. Playing those big points really well. He was put under pressure several times, particularly in the latter part of that match, but he got the job done, didn't he?
What a turnaround after game 3 being dominated 11-2 by Kim Hyun-uk. But then turning it around and that comeback in the end. Very impressive back and forth throughout game 4. These two made it quite a spectacle to watch and a real mystery, a suspense thriller as to what would happen next. So with one hand on the wheel and the other well in control, pips on the forehand and inverted rubber on the backhand, the spinning master himself, Ju Young-dae, accomplished his goals and his dreams out here, and just later on he'll have a chance to be on the podium and hear his national anthem played for the world.
Well, you can see the relief in his face now.
I was looking at the redness on the hand from all the pressure there with the racket strap throughout. Match stats on screen, 2 points behind. He was outscored. It was Kim Hyun-uk who outscored his opponent. But the mental game, the experience and the composure in 30 minutes, these were short rallies, average of 3 strokes a point. I mean, Ju really got the job done wisely here.
And there's a nice memento with the official giving him the match ball. If I was Ju, I'd proudly display that in my home somewhere. It's pretty cool to keep the match ball and also have a gold medal as well. And what a day for Korea. They, of course, win gold, silver, and one of the bronze medals in this category as well. Pretty amazing.
Well, 3 is the limit for any one event in the Paralympic Games, so that's the best you can possibly do. This is something that China is quite familiar with, but at the Paralympics, Korea, especially in the wheelchair events, classes 1 through 5, are very strong and fighting their way through. They've done exactly what you said. They've made their country as proud as can be.
Well, we'll see Kim come again. Fine player. Looking forward to seeing his game progress over the next few years. And he'll be back to fight again in the next Paralympic Games in 3 years, I'm sure.
Yeah, at only 25 years old currently, he's way younger than most of his competitors in the field. And a very strong showing, as you mentioned. But the world number 1, 48 years old, I wouldn't be surprised if we get to see a few more Paralympics out of him. And as he shares the flag with the silver medalist, he is all grace and class, along with his athleticism and everything else that's led to him being here. So stick around, we'll have a victory ceremony in a bit. A chance to meet the players and see them once again in this proud moment today.
Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the women's singles class 7.
皆様、ただいまより女子シングルスクラス7の表彰式を行います。
Please welcome the medalists.
メダリストをお迎えください。
Konnichiwa and irashaimase. Welcome back. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Tokyo 2020, the Paralympic Games, and we're getting into the women's singles Class 7 awards ceremony. If you have the internet, you've probably seen a few of these faces before, namely Netherlands Kelly Van Zon versus Turkey's Kubra Korkut. In the back there. They put on one of the most spectacular points in Class 7 history, a diving around the net shot from Kelly Van Zon. And the face of her Turkish opponent will be receiving a bronze medal here today. Was memorable for, I'd say, the rest of a lifetime. But these four women, the top four in their event, have had an outstanding singles event in Class 7 at Tokyo 2020, the Paralympic Games. And while they still have the teams events to play, their run comes to an end proudly as they prepare to get on the medal podium.
Presented by
メダルの贈呈は
Mrs. Rita Van Driel, Governing Board Member of the International Paralympic Committee.
This is Rita Van Driel, Governing Board Member of the International Paralympic Committee.
Accompanied by
続きまして
Ms. Chiko Sachiko, Secretary General of Japan Para Table Tennis Association.
自公幸子日本肢体不自由者卓球協会事務
And the
局長
accompanying presenter, Ms. Jiko Sachiko, Secretary General of the Japan Para Table Tennis Association.
Bronze medalist representing France and representing Turkey.
銅メダリストフランスおよびトルコ
Anne Bonou and Kubra Korkut.
So representing France on the left, Anne Barneau, world rank number 6 at 37 years old. It's her fourth appearance at the Paralympic Games, a proud moment. She took the bronze in Beijing in 2008, and 13 years later here at Tokyo 2020, another bronze medal, longevity in the sport. Still one of the top in the world. And from Turkey, Kubra Korkut, Korkut, 27 years old, is world number 2. She took a silver in Rio, still one of the top in the world. It's her third Paralympic Games. And with her daughter Alia at home watching her on, her daughter must be very proud of the young, fit mother. So 37 here on screen, world number 6, Anne Borneo of France. Another bronze medal. Kubra Korkut of Turkey, a very proud nation in the Paralympics table tennis events. Turkey is strong,
Representing
and Kubra has been a leader for
銀メダリ
Turkey.
スト RPC
Victoria Safonova.
And our silver medalist representing RPC, Victoria Safonova, 33 years old. A third time over the years in the Paralympic Games, played in Beijing, a quarter-finalist in 2008, bronze in London in 2012, and then 9 years later comes back to be one of the two best in her event. A silver medal here. Her personal coach, Yuri Barnikov, and her club coach, Valerie
Gold medalist
Vishnyakov.
and Paralympic champion representing Netherlands.
金メダリストおよびパラリンピックチャンピ
And
オン
after a marathon match with
Kelly
Victoria
Van
Safonova,
Zon.
11-8 in the decider, the fifth once again on top of the world, Netherlands, Kelly Van Zon. It's her fourth Paralympic Games at only 33 years old. She took a bronze in Beijing in 2008, but after that, it was only gold. Gold in London, gold in Rio, and really tested here in Tokyo. But once again, a back-to-back-to-back three-peat of gold medals for the superstar of Netherlands, Kelly Van Zon. World rank number 1, shown and proved time and time again. A very bright future ahead. She's been honored in every way possible and brings so much pride to the Netherlands. And now, the Netherlands national anthem.
オランダ国歌の演奏です
「
And there you have it, the national anthem of the Netherlands.
皆様
And Kelly Van Zoon of Netherlands with the gold medal once again. Domination in Class 7 women's singles. A Paralympian who has left very little room for improvement, but has set the standard for others to try and climb and reach to. A very closely fought battle for that gold medal. And we've seen roars out of this face here, but it's smiles right now. Time to celebrate after the fight comes to a rest for a few days before the team's event. It's interesting, all the photos I've seen of her have been with her fist clenched, just roaring in celebration. The passion, the exuberance that she gives to the world when she competes, that fight makes her such a spectacular athlete to watch. And as she calls the other women medalists around for a close hug with her compatriots from around the world. Just a reminder of what table tennis and sports can do to bring the world together. So fans watching in Russia, Turkey, France, and Netherlands, a very proud, exciting day for you and your athletes. But the gold medal once again comes back to Team Netherlands with Kelly Van Zoon, a hero and a back-to-back-to-back gold medalist in Class 7 of the women's singles. Stick around, we've got one more awards ceremony to come. You're watching Tokyo 2020, the Paralympic Games.
Afternoon session. One remaining victory ceremony coming up right away is the men's singles Class 1. That will be coming up in a few moments' time.
この後もう一つ表彰式を行います。準備が整い次第、男子シングルスクラス1の表彰式です。
So just a reminder, just to end this morning into afternoon session, we have one final victory ceremony. It's coming up very shortly indeed. It's the men's singles class 1 coming up shortly.
ご案内いたします。この後準備が整い次第、男子シングルスクラス1の表彰式となります。
Ladies and gentlemen, the victory ceremony for the men's singles Class 1.
皆様、ただいまより男子シングルスクラス1の表彰式を行います。
Please welcome the medalists.
メダリストをお迎えください。
Konnichiwa and irashaimase. Hello and welcome back to Tokyo 2020, the Paralympic Games, where all the magic happens in the wonderful world of table tennis. This is the victory ceremony for men's singles in the Class 1 event. That is the least movement in Classes 1 through 5, the wheelchair events, and Korea was dominant. But Great Britain has a lot to be proud of with the first timer out here today, someone who didn't even want to get involved in the sport but found passion and found excellence in his first appearance. We'll tell you more about that in a bit. As the players roll out to the podium, we will acknowledge the 4 best in the sport at this event. Again, the singles portion of Class 1 has come to completion. And every medal that you will see presented here was proudly earned by some very devoted, very fearless, hard-working athletes.
The medals will be presented by
メダルの贈呈は
Mr. Kim Sung-il, Governing Board Member of the
Mr.
International
Kim Sung-il,
Paralympic Committee.
Governing Board Member of the International Paralympic Committee, will be presenting the medals.
Accompanied by
続きまして
Mr. Tony Sainsbury, OBE, Member of the Paralympic Order.
And his sidekick for the presentation, Mr. Tony Sainsbury, OBE, Member of the Paralympic Order.
Bronze medalist representing Great Britain and representing Republic of Korea.
銅メダリスト、英国および大韓民国
Thomas Matthews and Nam K-won.
So on the left, representing Great Britain, the British boy, Thomas Matthews, world rank number 8 at 29 years old. Coached by Neil Robinson, it's his first appearance here, and he was spectacular to watch. Incredible determination throughout. He was a mountain biker previously and was bugged by Jim Monkley, who encouraged him to get into it, and eventually he caved in and became what he is today, a bronze medalist. But Nam Ji-won, 55 years old at his second appearance, took a bronze in Rio, was quite a late bloomer, had his accident at 30 years old in a traffic accident, and after 15 years of rehabilitation, started playing the sport of table tennis. At 45 years old, he got started, and at 55, Nam Ji-won, a bronze medalist once again, defending his bronze medal from Rio. So we can expect to see a lot more of Thomas Matthews, and hopefully years and years to come for Nam Ji-won as well, the Korean superstar. Now we move on to the silver medalist, the Republic of Korea. To you and me, that is South Korea. 24-year-old, world rank number 4 in his first Paralympic appearance, Kim Hyun-uk. If you saw the gold medal match, like I was fortunate enough to, you saw the skills he brought to the table, from that tetra shot to the leaning and reaching, smashes right off the bounce, side spins throughout, some tricky serves, athleticism. And again, it's only his first Paralympic Games. So a silver medal, can't do much better than that. On your first outing, this is quite an anomaly, and again, younger than most in this event.
Champion, representing Republic of Korea.
But the only player to outperform Kim Hyun-uk, also from South Korea. He took the silver in Rio. He's world number 1. He's 48 years old. Ju Young-dae, a web designer by trade, wanted to focus on his web designing. But again, sometimes that influence, an encouraging friend, family member, or even just someone who sees you around and thinks, you know what, this person's got skills, they should be using them at the table. Invite your friends to play some table tennis, and you might create a gold medalist. So his fate was sealed, and at 48 years old, once again, Class 1, world number 1, and an upgrade from silver in Rio to a gold here in Tokyo 2020. So 75% of the medals to Korea in Class 1. And now please rise for the Korean national anthem.
国歌の演奏です。
Well, there you have it, the Korean national anthem for the Republic of Korea. South Koreans with 3/4 of the spots on the podium. And Great Britain, thanks to Thomas Matthews and team, all who've inspired the 29-year-old Thomas Matthews joining the fellow South Koreans. And now the masks will come off for the photo moments, the photo ops that you'll see circulating the internet. Bouquets held high, along with the medals. Nam Ji-won, Thomas Matthews, Kim Hyun-uk, and Ju Young-dae with the gold medal. It's just a reminder sometimes, hearing the stories, that sometimes you don't want to get out of bed. Sometimes you don't feel like strapping up your boots and really putting in the effort. And whether it's a friend, a coach, a family member, or even a complete stranger, sometimes the right words with love and encouragement, you can create a champion. It's never done alone. But these are the players, the athletes, that have pulled through tough times, made great sacrifices to find themselves here today, making their countries proud with the medals and flowers to show that all the hard work has paid off. So welcome to the Paralympic Games, Thomas Matthews, and welcome back to all the others other than first-timer Kim Hyun-uk. So 2 debut appearances here on the medals podium between Kim Hyun-uk and Thomas Matthews. But the gold medal with Ju Young-dae, veteran player at 48, only out-aged by Nam Ji-won, bronze medalist at 55. So a very proud moment for Koreans watching as their countrymen take home 75% of the medals in Class 1. So celebrations in Great Britain and party time for Koreans. Congratulations once again to the man on top of the food chain, world number 1, Ju Young-dae. More action to come in Tokyo 2020, the Paralympic Games, right here from Tokyo Metropolitan Gymnasium. This is the wonderful world of table tennis. Stick around for the next session to come.
Men's singles, Class 2 and Class 4. France against Poland and Turkey against the Republic of Korea. And that will be followed by the women's singles, Class 9 and Class 10. People's Republic of China against Australia, and then Australia against Brazil. And following all of those, we'll have victory ceremonies as well. Ladies and gentlemen, enjoy your lunch.
以上をもちましてセッション11競技が終了となります。この後午後のセッション12は4時からを予定しています。まず男子シングルスクラス2、そしてクラス4が行われます。フランス代表対ポーランド代表、トルコ代表対大韓民国代表の対戦です。さらに女子シングルスクラス9と10、 中華人民共和国代表対オーストラリア代表、さらにオーストラリア代表対ブラジル代表の試合が組まれています。もちろん、各試合の後表彰式も行います。お楽しみに。